Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. Now, there's gonna probably be a couple of things I wanted to talk about. I was thinking about doing like 2 episodes, but I'm like, no, I'm just gonna give y'all the 2-for-1 special. But anyways, I'm gonna be talking about the recent events of Kanye West and my personal thoughts on Kanye West, and then an update on the Twitter hater situation. So, Twitter hater, Twitter stalker, dude is just a weirdo. But anyways, let's first speak on Kanye because that's a much more serious situation. So Kanye, if you guys didn't know, he came out maybe a couple of weeks ago saying that he was going to run for president. Although it was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I remember he was at some award show and said that he was going to run for president. So there's that. And then he had like his family is calling it an episode, but I don't know, maybe he's having a breakdown or something. I don't know. Sometimes when I feel like a person is like in his shoes, I feel like that there's just too many things to handle at once. So I don't know what's going on with him behind doors, but it's honestly affecting him, and it needs he needs help. He needs help. And I know he was like trying to deny help and saying that, oh, Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian, they're like acting like the people from Get Out. Nah, bro, they're trying to help you. They're not acting like some movie characters. You have to understand that is a fictional movie. Nobody's not trying to extract your brain and and try to put you in some like old white person and stuff. Like that's why I'm like, I just didn't understand why he was bringing that up, and I'm like, yeah, he's definitely dealing with some stuff. And I don't know if he's like on medication. I think there's like he's said that before where he's like he stopped taking this medication. And I'm just like, oh, that could be the reason. You know, like he's not taking medication, or he personally. I was like, that's why I was like, I thought he was like, getting back to normal when he started making gospel music. I really thought like, okay, like he's gonna be like okay, like he's gonna be cool and stuff. But it's like after recent events, I'm like, I don't know. I personally just don't know, and I'm kind of worried for him because that's somebody. It's like, you want to call them a national treasure just because of so much that they've done for the community within their music and stuff. Like, it's kind of just, it'll be messed up if something were to happen to him. So that's why I'm like, yo, we need to like pray for him, be there for him, let him know that he's greatly appreciated, rather than making. I haven't really seen no memes or people making fun of him and stuff, but I know there's like media outlets, they're just running with the stories and things. So I'm like, instead of promoting the fact that he was having an episode at one of these rallies, but like maybe like give him some advice or like pass off some advice. That's like another thing I just don't understand about these media websites and paparazzis. It's like, you guys is out here just trying to make money and get stories and stuff. It's like, give some advice that can actually help the person. Say or do something that like can like actually help the person, rather than, oh, let me get a picture of Kanye with 2020 like spray painted or cut into his head or something. Like give him some advice. Like, okay, like most politicians don't go about it like that. So I'm saying, you trying to run for president, you're gonna have to be like a little bit more calm, cool, and collected. Like, you can't be here having mental breakdowns and stuff. Like, even politicians that's really dealing with some stuff, they don't be up on stage having mental breakdowns. And it's sad that I gotta use him as an excuse, but Donald Trump, like, that'd probably be that, without doubt, that'd definitely be the craziest president that we've ever had. But he's had like a different form of breakdowns. I wouldn't necessarily call it a mental breakdown, but he's just mental, but it ain't gotten to the point where he's had a breakdown online and stuff. So it's like something similar to Kanye's. Like, I wouldn't even say it's similar. I just say that, yeah, Donald Trump is just a weirdo. Like, he doesn't need to be in office and stuff. So anyways, but yeah, I'm worried for the man. I'm worried for Trump and Kanye, but more so worried for Kanye. I care more about Kanye than Trump, because Trump, he shows that he doesn't really care about nobody. So I'm like, I can see why Kanye cut ties with him. And like, I feel like everybody should cut ties with him. But anyways, but yeah, back on Kanye, and I like that's what I'm like, and I know somebody else said that, and I'm like, that could be a factor too, where he's like, okay, let me just put on like a show for when I release this album, because I think he said he's supposed to be releasing an album this Friday. So maybe that could be the reason. Like, he's just doing a lot of, because he usually does do that where it's like he'll like act a little hyper and does some weird stuff before he releases an album, but he didn't do that with the gospel album. So maybe that's just like a thing with the other albums and stuff. Like, it's like a tactic or a strategy. But I'm like, if that's the reason, I'm like, bro, there's so many different ways to go about this. Like, you're Kanye West. You have to understand, like, people are going to listen to you regardless of what you do, who you are. Like, you are Kanye West. Like, you're one of the best musicians that we have seen over our time. Like, you're definitely a well-known musician, but you're definitely one of the, like, best musicians of our time. And it's just so much that he's done with music, and so much that, and so many people that he's most likely inspired to make music. Can I just say, like, right now, just speaking as a Kanye fan, one of my favorite songs of his, and it's a song I still listen to this day. It's one of the most, like, motivating songs for me, at least. It's one of those songs that can, like, really just get me, like, pumped up and motivated and just working and stuff. But it's his song, Stronger. Stronger will without doubt be one of my, like, top, like, that would be the song. If I were to create a Billboard chart of all of the music, I should do that. But if I should just come out with a Billboard chart of just all of the songs that stuck out throughout my whole lifetime, Kanye West Stronger will definitely be on that list. It will without doubt be on that list, because that, to me, that was the one song where I'm like, whenever it came on TV, whenever it was on, because I grew up having like cable and Comcast, and so of course I had on demand, and I will always check Music Choice to see if Stronger was on there. I will always check it every single day during the summer, during whenever. I was like, I will always check to see if that song is available, because that, to me, that was one of my favorite songs growing up as a kid. And it was like other music that I listened to from Kanye's, but I'm like, nah, Stronger, to me, Stronger is like the number one song off of my Kanye West list. He has other good music, don't get me wrong. I've had numerous songs of his where it's been on repeat. And there's the one song that I've really taken a liking to is Ultra Light Beam. That, to me, I'm like, that's another moving song from his. That, Wolves, what other songs have you? Jesus Walks. I mean, Kanye just has like a long list of good music. So I personally, I know other people might see this like crazy political, snapping on people, going off on paparazzis. Like, they might see this generation of Kanye, but the generation of Kanye that I grew up listening to, that's the Kanye that we need. I know that was at a younger time of his life, but I had to say, or I know that my twisted dark fantasy, that Kanye. We just need that creative Kanye. I just feel like that this isn't being a creative. This is just doing stuff for attention. Like, I guess it's a strategy, but it ain't creativity. So that's why I'm like, Kanye, there's like so many other ways to go about this. I feel like that this is personally not the way to go about running for president or releasing an album or any of that stuff. So that's why I'm like, Kanye, like, if you got some things on your mind, if you got some things that you need help with, you need to seek out help. You need to. And I know that there's people, they battle their demons. Like, if you battling your demons behind doors and nobody ever sees the light or day of it and things, then it's like, okay, cool. There's something that you can overall maintain and handle behind doors. But when your fans and your family and all of these other people start seeing it, then that's when they're going to get worried. We all, as people, we all face stuff. We all battle with things. Today, yesterday, tomorrow, we're going to battle with stuff. But I feel like when family and friends and people that you care about and people that care about you, when they get involved, then that's when it's like, okay, like, something needs to stop here. Something needs to stop, like, right now. And I would hope that he would see that one day, but if not, then he needs to go to like a rehab center, or he just, needs to seek out a therapist or somebody that can help him, because I personally don't want to see, and it's, and I shouldn't have to bring up a situation like this where there's a couple of people that, a lot of people was comparing Kanye to Etika. The YouTuber that tragically he took his life last year, and a lot of people was comparing him to Etika, and I'm like, I don't want to see that situation with Kanye. I don't. It's like when you just, it's Kanye, we're not family related. There's like the love between us. Like I love his music. I'm positive he don't love nothing from me, but I'm just saying like I just don't want to see something like that happen again. You know, and it's like I ain't really know Etika that much, but I remember how hard that hit me because it came from the YouTube community. And I just remember like I remember it was a lot of people was talking about this situation. I even remember my mom had heard about this situation, and it was stuff that people would come to me and talk about. And it sucks, like, you know, when you're doing things, when you're like making moves in life and stuff, and you have it where it's like people are just attacking you for no reason, and you just like it's a tough situation. I can like somewhat relate to Kanye and Etika, where it's like you got people out here just trying to get a reaction out of you. You got people trying to get a show out of you and stuff, and it sucks. It honestly, it truly sucks. It's like the fact that we can't be that person that we were like at the start of it all. Like we gotta be this like new, different person. I'm not gonna say I'm a person. Etika, he ain't like that, but Kanye, on the other hand, it's like it just comes off as if he's doing things for a show. In Etika, there's like some things that I did see of his, but I ain't really see too much of them. So that's why I can't say that he was doing stuff for a show, because I ain't really pay attention to him. But the situation where I did hear where it's like people were going out of their way to attack him, I did hear that there were people that was going out of their way to harass and attack and bully Etika online. And it's messed up to where it's like that stuff will get to a person's head and then they end up going crazy. And I would imagine like that's probably the same thing with Kanye, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you don't really hear too many people like saying things. It just seems like that he is doing this for attention. So regardless of whatever situation it is, where people, whether people are talking about him or if people are not talking about him, you shouldn't be going about it where you have to do stuff for a show. It should just come to a point in time where it's like, okay, guys, coming out with an album this Friday, check it out. You know, do like legitimate like promotion where people ain't gonna look at you like you're crazy. Do a promotion where it's like, oh, okay, you know, like this is something I can work with. Do what Ariana Grande does. Ariana Grande, that girl, she'll go when she's promoting. Oh, I had to unfollow Ariana Grande from Instagram, because I'm telling you, that girl, I mean, dang. I like her music though. Her music is good, but I'm like that girl. She was like posting it like every minute, like album coming out in an hour, album coming out in 45 minutes, like I'm like, oh my god, like album coming out in 30 minutes, album coming out in 2010, 9. I'm like, bro, you need to chill out with all that. It's like we know that the album is coming out at 9 o'clock tonight. Okay, like that's when all the albums come out. We know. Okay, so you ain't gotta post about it 100 million times. If you're, I'm pretty sure you're 60 to 100 million followers. I don't know how many followers she has. I think there's either 60 or 100 and something million. But we all know, like we've seen it and stuff. But do that, like do that. It'll be okay. But I would rather see him doing that than for him to just, you know, be crying and talking about his personal life and all that stuff. Like it's stuff like that where I'm all like, bro, it just doesn't need to be heard or said. Like, you know, you gotta like relax and just take like a chill pill and stuff, you know. But anyways, yeah, I just hope the best for Kanye. You know, it's something where it's like you know, it kind of like puts like fear in your eyes, where it's like you hope that you don't make it, and then this very same thing happens to you. I feel like I don't know, I feel like that I'm a strong person and I'm a very thick-skinned person, and stuff like this wouldn't, you know, what a person says online about me is not going to get to me and things. It's more so I think it would get to me if it's other people that get involved, you know, and that's where it's like kind of leading into this situation to update on the whole Twitter hater and stuff. So yeah, I feel like I can refer to his name now. So this his name is Oliver, and for some time now he's been attacking me on social media, threatening to hack me, what else, harassing me online, and then stalking me online, posting about me every single day. What else has he done? And then that's why I'm even coming out and I'm talking to, so if you guys follow me on Instagram, and of course if you follow me on YouTube, then you've seen that I had posted about him and was talking about him a little bit. So yeah, the reason why I did that is because it was brought to my attention from him that he was going after the McNasty fan base. Now, if you guys don't know who McNasty is, he is a YouTuber that has helped me out a lot. A lot. And I'm giving him, like, to any newfound fame that I've received in the past, like, few months, it is because of him. all because of him. Like, I came across this whole community on YouTube where they have been one of the most like welcoming community ever. And the fact that this guy, this Oliver guy, whatever he wants to be called, because he's going by like 3 different names and stuff, but the fact that he's going to attack them because there's somebody that's helping me out, that's where it just kind of like leads back to, why is this being so serious with you, like with the videos that's been made about me online? Because it's funny how when they get on me saying that my videos aren't telling the truth, or they're poorly put together videos, or it's this, or the thing is, any video that's made about me, do you necessarily know if that video is true or not? Like, sit down and think about it. It could be like the most, James Cameron can be behind the editing, the production, the directing, writing. He could be behind the whole thing. But does that necessarily mean that it is true? Do you think any of the movies, sit down and think about it, do you think any of the movies that have came out in the recent time, like Avatar, alright, if we're speaking on James Cameron, what other movies? Harry Potter, or Bad Boys, all of these movies, do you think any of those movies, they're based on true stories? No. So that's what I've seen from, to speak on every video that's been made about me, lies, or in Trump's words, false news, false news and stuff. But yeah, because when I sit down and I like watch these videos, a lot of stuff is taken out of context. It's things that just make me look bad. They're not reaching out to me. It's people that's not taking the time to reach out to me and talk about the situation. No, they'd rather just come out with a video and get views off of me. So that's why I'm like, any of the videos that's made about me, the majority of them, if not all of them, all taken out of context. You can watch any video about me, and the fact that people, they'd rather watch those videos than to sit down and just ask me what happened, what's going on, why did this, and that's why I'm like, that's why I'd rather talk to a person face to face, somebody that I can like, that can, because no, there's been times where people, and that's like just the difference between people online and people that you'll have to see day to day. But people online, they'll see a video, jump to conclusions, want to hate on you, dislike your videos, give you like no time of the day, none of that. They just want to hate on you because that's easier. But the person that's like face to face, like confrontation, where it's like the next time they see you, they can like ask you about it. So I remember there was this customer at my job. And there was a couple of customers at my job where it was all like, they found it crazy how much hate I was getting on YouTube and stuff. Because they was just, when you just like see like this like cashier guy and things, you don't really expect him like a super nice person. I'm telling you, like, I should have recorded some of my interactions with like customers and stuff. Because even there's like coworkers that I work with, they can even vouch for me saying that pretty much like the customers that I had beef with, yeah, they hated me, but the majority of the customers that I dealt with all loved me. That was my supervisor, like one of my greatest friends, and also the bass player of Monitor. You guys should go check that band out. But he was saying that, I remember he was saying like how like all the customers, they just have like this love for me but this hate for him. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. That's why I'm like, it's just, there's like a few customers where I'm all like, yeah, they just, something's not right with them. Like they might show me amount of love and stuff, but I'm like, nah, that's not normal how you're treating this guy. He ain't even did nothing to you and stuff. So anyways, like, to just kind of get off topic, it was kind of crazy sometimes, like how those guys were like, they would come up to me saying some stuff about him, and I'm like, I've done that. Like, if y'all have said nothing about it, like, people, they just have like a built up hatred, and it's all like, y'all need to chill with that. But anyways, back on the customers and stuff. So there was like customers that didn't like love me. We would talk like every single day and stuff, but that was just like the ongoing joke at my job, or at my old job. But anyways, there's a couple of customers, I remember they came up to me and they were like asking me about it, like, what happened, like what's going on and stuff, like why are all these like hate videos out about you and stuff. And I sat down and I explained everything to them, everything from the start of it all. Like, I was making reaction videos, these guys didn't like it, I didn't listen to them, so they turned around and they made these fake accounts pretending to be suicidal people and all this. And I know people are going to have everything that they had to say about this, or saying like, how do you know if it was fake? How do you know if it was real? How do you know if that girl was really suicidal? Because based off of a video, y'all know that that girl, you hadn't seen it for your eyes. So that's how you know that that girl was like, something wasn't right with her and things. I had to say the only thing, and not even that, like and that was like one thing that I had to sit down. I remember sitting down and explaining that to my coworkers because I remember they had seen that. They was just like, what's this stuff about you and this like guy's mom and stuff? And so yeah, I sat down and I explained it to them. They was just all like, yeah, you wasn't in the wrong. Like if you didn't know, you didn't know. It'd be different if you did know, then you went out of your way to say something about this guy's mom, then yeah, that's messed up. Even I seen that would have been messed up, because that's something I just wouldn't go out my way and do. So if it's on that, I'm like, yeah, that'll probably be the only thing that I had to take accountability for. But at the same time, I did not know that something happened to the Josh guy's mom. But the fact that he ran with the story, he allowed other YouTubers to run with the story, and then when it came to me, like, responding to it, oh, he's trying to mourn, he's trying, stop bringing it up, stop bringing it up. But he's sitting down and he's helping other people edit videos of them talking about his mom, his dead mom, on top of that. But when it came to me, oh, I need to stop talking about it. He's mourning. And that's why I'm like, it's people like that where you're only going to see one side of the story. There's honestly no reason to respond to you. The fact that I do take the time to respond to you guys when I could very well be focusing on myself, like just the amount of time that I use right now talking about this situation, I could have been recording a YouTube video, making music, doing a comedy skit, voiceover. I could have been doing everything that I've dreamed about doing on YouTube. But the fact that I'm tied up in this situation and I have to constantly talk about it, and I have to constantly like speak up for myself, like, yeah, it's a pretty messed up thing. So as long as I know, I can honestly, at the end of the day, I can care less who believes me or not. But it's just for those that are new to the situation. You know you're going to see both sides of the story, and you want a statement from me. All of these videos about me that's online, taken out of context, lies. All lies. So that's why I'm like, any video that you can watch about me, of course they're not going to talk about everything that I said on the day that we got into it and stuff, or any other video that I've made. They're not going to speak on everything. They're just going to only speak on the stuff that is usable for their video. Stuff that they can, like, yeah, take out of context and use it for themselves to make themselves seem like the victim, to make themselves seem like that they're the good guy in the whole situation. When in reality, I mean, the evidence is on the table. I think we can all see like who's the crazy ones here. So anyways, yeah, to just speak on that. I didn't really speak on that Oliver guy. I was mainly just speaking on the hate. But the Oliver guy, I guess to speak on him, he he privated his account again, and but that's the thing though. I'm like, it doesn't really matter. I'm like, honestly, if I wanted to like sit down and take the time, like excuse me, if it was like really that bad, if it was like if he was like I don't know, I guess like if he goes out his way and he starts attacking the fan base even more, then that's, I think, where I'll probably like take some actions and be like, hey, there's this guy on social media, he's attacking people, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere, so it's like, handle it and stuff. That would be the only time. But I guess when it was with me, it was something where it's like I could have done that, where I was like, oh, if I wanted to, I could have contacted Twitter, let them know, hey, this guy, he has like a whole Twitter account like just talking bad about me and stuff, and he's putting that out in the public, and it's not cool. So I'm like, that's where I'm like, can you guys like handle it? Could you like tell him like, hey, he needs to like chill on that, because it's happened before. There had been times where it's like people have gotten a little bit too like far-fetched with it. I don't know, I guess like back then it would be something that I would consider doing, but now I'm just all like, if that person wants to waste their time speaking on me every single day, then they very well can. But just know that at any given point in time in the day, like if I just really wanted to be petty, I could take a Twitter account, YouTube account, any of that stuff down. But I don't, because it's pointless, because you know they're just going to come back out and just do the same thing all over again. So it's like, unless they actually completely block that person, like you know that person is not going to ever go and see like Twitter again, like if there is a possible way of blocking like this person from the whole website, then okay, then it's all like I feel like that it would be much more considerable. Like I feel like that's probably why these guys is carrying on for so long, because they know that nothing can like really happen to them and stuff. Of course they're gonna hide behind, oh, we're just passing off criticism, we're not hating on him, we're not doing anything. But it's like, it just stop it, like admit it. Like it's something where it's like you don't carry on this long trying to pass off criticism onto a person. If the person don't want criticism, one would think that person would move on, but y'all haven't. So I'm saying, like, it's, yeah. But if I really wanted to, I'd be paid. I have to say, I don't know. It's very rare when I have, like, a bad day. So maybe if he had caught me on a bad day when I noticed his Twitter account, then probably, yeah, I probably would have, like, did some sort of actions. But I'm like, nah. He's 19 years old. He's an adult. He should know what he's doing is wrong. If he doesn't want to admit that it's wrong, or he wants to sit down and constantly argue with me and try to use my own words against me and stuff, that's him wasting his time. So overall, yeah, I think I'm just going to spend my days focusing on myself, something that he can't necessarily do. And yeah, carry on with my life. It's people like him. It's just, I feel like that it has to be like some sort of life lesson to make him open his eyes and make him realize that, hey, I can't carry on like this. You would think that some of the things that I would have talked about, like how would he react if he had a kid and his kid was acting like this online, and then knowing him, he'd be like, well, how would you like if your kid was acting like you online? How could you compare? See, it's like, to speak on that, he's trying to compare and say that we're doing the same thing. I would not mind if my kid was doing what I was doing online. If he's making reaction videos, comedy skits, music, and all this other stuff, if he beats with people, he beats with people. And I will be there for him to defend him and stuff. But any of the other things, like to speak on all of the other videos that I've done on YouTube, besides like any video that's talking about the hate and beef and stuff, I could care if my kid does that, I'm like, yeah, you got caught up in some haters, you got caught up in some beef. So it's like, it's up to you. It's like, you're gonna have to defend yourself. You're gonna have to, speak up for yourself. Don't just let people just run with the story and things. So, you gotta speak up for yourself. Come out with something. I mean, you can ignore it. Like, you could go about it two different ways. Like, it's gonna probably take a little bit longer with the other way and stuff. But anyways, yeah, because I could speak on that. But I'm like, you can ignore it. Just let it just fade off on its own. But if it gets really bad, you're gonna have to talk about it. You are gonna have to say something about it and stuff. But other than that, like, outside of like all the hate and things, do you think, what would you rather, like, to just like kind of talk to everybody right now, what would you rather have your kids doing, my videos or them stalking and harassing people online, like hating on them and stuff, because that person's like making videos and doing things with their life? Like, what would you rather have your kid, like, would you rather walk in on your kid making a reaction video, reacting to McNasty's Soup? Because I'm saying, if I had a kid and he was watching McNasty's Soup, I sat down with him and started watching the videos. In fact, I probably would have came out with a collaboration channel with my kid. I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun. I'm like, sit here, just me and my kid, just being famous YouTubers and stuff. Oh, that'd be amazing. I'm like, everybody coming to us like for you. And I've seen videos like that before. So yeah, it's like, and how many times have you seen videos of where parents was hating on a YouTuber that their child was hating on? But the fact that he's 19, so that's, I'm like, it'll be kind of weird and stuff. But I'm just like, but yeah, what would you, for the parents out there, what would you rather do? Would you rather sit there with your kid hating on somebody that you guys don't even know? Or would you rather do a reaction video, like have like some quality bonding time with your kid and make some like reaction videos, or make a song together and make a gaming video? Because I'm saying, the day I have kids, and then I'd like, if they get introduced, if they want to follow in their father's footsteps and do YouTube videos, I'm gonna be with it. I'm giving them the green light. I'm like, do what you want to do. Play video games, make reaction videos. I don't care what you make. Like, just do what you want to do, my friend. Like, I'm saying, like, I'll be with it. But yeah, if I have a kid and then he's out here hating on people online and stuff, like acting like this Oliver kid, I'm just like, yeah, I definitely would talk to him and be like, yeah, that's not the way to go about things online. It's like how I was raised. You have to face that person face to face. You can't go and be talking about this person online and things thinking like, oh, okay, it's just like, it's all like, sweet and things, like it's all cool and it's okay to do stuff like that. Like, nah, it's not. It's not cool at all to be doing stuff like that or to acting like that. So it's like, it should come to a point in time where you get old enough and you realize, like, this ain't normal, this ain't cool, like, I'm gonna have to grow up on this. You would think that that would have, and then knowing he's gonna try to like flip this on me somehow. It's like, bro, stop trying to do, just like, stop doing that. Stop trying to like try to flip things on another person. It's like, take accountability for the stuff that you're doing. Like, answer to it. Like, why are you acting like this special over some videos and stuff? Like, seriously, who acts like this over some YouTube videos? I'm saying, like, I don't care what videos I could, at this point, I could care less what I said, did to any of the people that I beef with on YouTube, from Joshua to Just the Robot to that Thomas Tank Engine fan base, any of those guys. I really can care less what I said to any of them. When it comes to a point in time where you're just like, they don't care about what you're saying, I'm just like, all right, well, guess I'm gonna have to be there with them. I could care less for what I said about these guys. So that's, I'm like, yeah, it's just like, they're going to carry on like this. And I'm like, all right, well, fine. I could carry on a certain way too. But I'm saying, like, how, like, but just like, yeah, just how would that make you feel if you had a kid and he was acting like that? I'm just saying, you know, but, and on that note, I'm going to end this episode. So anyways, thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. And if you're purchasing tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And then that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.